For those who know me a little bit, know that I despise luck-based gameplay in online video games. Doesn't matter how big or small. For me there's a line between what makes a multiplayer game good and that what makes a single player game good. I believe that a single player game should completely focus on entertaining the player with, well, whatever you decide to make your single player game about. A game that does this really well, in my opinion, is BioShock. You get sucked into this world and BioShock does a great job letting you explore every single detail of it, all the while capturing you with its amazing story. A multiplayer game does not have to do this. A multiplayer game's focus lies within its ability to make you feel like you're competing with other players. To give you another good example of this, Overwatch. Overwatch does this extremely well. Now it's been a long time since I played this game, so I don't know how it is now, but for me, from what I can remember, Overwatch makes you feel like you're in a team. That sounded a little IGN, not gonna lie. And you don't want to disappoint this team, I mean, obviously, at least, well, not if you're a 12-year-old crybaby like 90% of the community, but I digress. Now the reason why I bring this up is because adding a luck factor into your multiplayer game does nothing more than destroy this competitive nature. There's nothing competitive about being more lucky than your opponent. Now does this mean that it can't be fun? No, of course not. Winning over your opponent because something out of your control happened can be the funniest thing in the world. Especially if you're playing with a friend who can laugh about it.
Oh, what the fuck? Woo! Did I just crit him twice? Wait, what the fuck was that?
And a lot of games keep the randomness so small that it doesn't affect gameplay to an important extent. However, when you call your game Hearthstone, that's where I draw the line. Hearthstone has so much luck in its competitive environment that some full 5 to 10 minute games are completely 100% out of your control whether you win or not. And for a game that has a running esports thing going on, that's nothing more than a laughable joke.
Stand against darkness, that's not going to save him. Soul of the Forest, Bloodlust,
okay,
charge all of them. Master Portal!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, that was huge. That was absolutely huge. Now Monsanto has a gigantic board, cleared all of Dude's major threats. Dude's face says it all.
Now recently I've been diving into a lot of fighting games. I've been playing Brawlhalla on and off for a few years now and I've been enjoying Smash quite a lot except for the stupid input delay and ranked issues. I've also bought myself Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 and although I've never played it, I've also been looking at a lot of stuff about all the other popular fighting games on the market like Street Fighter or Dragon Ball Z. That kind of shit. And the reason for all of this stuff is because fighting games have no luck in any way, shape or form, nothing at all. The core gameplay is nothing more than a skill matchup between you and your opponent. If the opponent beat you, it means he was 100% better than you in the matchup and he beat you fair and square. If the game is unbalanced and he picked the best character while you picked the worst, well then it's still kinda on you for not picking a better character to go against his. Getting better at a fighting game is just one of the most rewarding feelings in a multiplayer game for me. Getting to learn the hit and hurt boxes, to know what moves have long startup frames and all that stuff. Beating your opponent because you know when to hit him and when to stay away, it just feels great. Now, of course you can say, well, some fighters have some luck-based gimmicks in their arsenal which can get annoying, and you're right. Typically I don't like playing against that type of fighter and it's a shame whenever I see one of them get played. But even so, that randomness does not even come close to the clusterfuck of RNG other games implement. I get so salty incredibly fast whenever it happens, so a fighting game, a game in which raw skill is the only aspect, is perfect. And that, at least for me, is the beauty of a good fighting game. Thanks for watching.